Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and welcome to Civilization 5. And this is not going to be a full let's play or anything like that. As you can see, I'm actually already at a decent place with my current civilization, which is actually the Mayan civilization. And interestingly enough, I chose a fractal continents, but I ended up on my own small island, so I'm decently well established. But for this video, I want to give you guys my quick impressions on Civilization 5 Gold Edition. So I could upgrade my normal edition, which I had bought, I don't know, probably like a year ago or something like that, to a gold edition for just 10 euros. I decided to do that and take a look at what that added this gold edition, which is the Gods and Kings expansion, together with a lot of smaller DLC, which I think are extra civilizations for you to play with or against, including something like, for instance, here the Mayans. So the big question, I guess, is do I think it was worth it, the 10 euros to upgrade to a gold edition? And I have to say, it, in my opinion, absolutely is. Oh, that's still that loading bug a little bit. But yeah, I definitely think it was worth the 10 bucks. So the biggest addition is, of course, the addition of religion to the game. So let's go have a quick look here. This is like a completely new resource and a new system that basically is existent throughout all different facets of the game. So you can get these from buildings. You have specific buildings. They also have like a specific great person. How this basically starts is once you reach a certain amount of faith, you can choose your first Pantheon, which here, for instance, I chose Messenger of Gods, which gives +2 signs in cities with a trade route to my capital. After a while, you'll get a great person, which is like a great prophet or something. I think I have one right here. Yeah, there you go. It's called the Great Prophet. And this guy can actually start your own religion. Now, there's some limitations to this. There's like a maximum of 5 religions that can be founded in any one game. But if you're amongst the first ones, you can create your own religion. And this is actually decently interesting in that you can focus on different aspects. So here, for instance, on this civilization, I definitely went with science as much as possible. So I also got interfaith dialogue, gain science when a missionary or prophet spreads this religion to cities of other religions. That's pretty awesome as well. And then feed the world, shrines and temples give +1 food in the city. But you can focus on growth, you can focus on money, you can focus on more faith, you can also have some special buildings depending on what type of extra beliefs you take. It's really a very nice addition. It adds a completely new level of complexity to the game. And then let's press next. So by now, you know, that's really the really big addition is, of course, this new faith or religious system. And here I go. I make the Tower of Pizza, which also was not available before, and in the meantime I also get a great person. Let's choose another great prophet if I can. Thank you. And then I'll bring this guy. I'm trying to bring this guy over to this other continent here, where I can then try and bring people over to my religion. So I've chosen Tengriism over here, and you can see all of my cities are follow Tengriism. I've also almost completely converted Rome, except right here, Rome itself. So the Roman Empire, most of their cities are following my religion. This one is not, so I will actually have to go back and try to convert them. You can do this with a prophet, or if you have enough faith, you can also buy smaller prophets as well as individual units. So it's a great addition. It adds a whole level of complexity, and it also pretty much forces you a little bit, this gold edition, to choose if you want to go for money, for military power, for a religious system or civilization, because there are a lot of new buildings added here as well. And let's go over here. And that does mean that it's not as easy to come to a point where you say, well, I'll just build everything. Before Gold Edition, that's usually how I would play. By the time we would get to any serious amount of cities, you would basically already be in a position financially and militarily that you could basically just tell your cities to start building everything they could. And ooh, although so yeah, Caesar actually declared wars on me. That comes out of nowhere. Nope, no open borders for you. But there is a little story behind that, and that's the new mechanic that's been added with the gold edition as well. That's the espionage overview. So after a while, I'm not really sure what triggers it. You'll get spies to your civilization, and then you can either put them in your own cities. For instance, here I have it in my capital, which is a very high potential for enemies to actually grab research from me. So I put this guy here, which will actually defend. Basically, he'll do counter espionage, and I did catch one Roman spy in my capital, but I forgave him, and now he decides to declare war on me, that bastard. But yeah, this is also a new system that's added to the game here. You can either decide to defend against enemy spies by putting your spies in your cities, or you can actually try and find out what your enemies are doing or plotting against you, or try and steal research from them as well by sending them to other cities. So this is also a very nice addition. The spy game makes its comeback to Civilization 5 here with this gold edition. Very much worth it. It's also something where you can actually go either offensively or defensively, so it's not just a small gimmick that's added there. There's actually some thought that you can put towards your espionage tactics as well. And then finally, I guess it's really the new civilizations that are added to this gold edition. For instance, right here, the Mayans, which I'm playing with now. There's another one here as well, I think. Let's have a quick look here if I can talk to Boudica of the Celts or Celts. This is a very religiously based civilization, so they get extremely high bonuses for that. Who is this guy? No, we already actually Persia. That's also from the previous expansion. But yeah, it's added a certain number. London, we know that. France here as well. And this one is probably a new one. Lord Sejong of Korea. It basically adds a lot of more variety, in my opinion. When I first started up Civilization, it was pretty obvious to me that the Romans were extremely powerful because of their bonus, and all the other ones, they just felt so normal. France, Great Britain, the United States, stuff like that. I've seen that in every single Civilization game. It just felt like more of the same, and I really didn't feel like trying those out. But now you have stuff like the Mayans, some very exotic civilizations to play around with if you want. So that's also definitely a very nice bonus as well. But other than that, you know, the game hasn't changed that much. It's definitely still good old Civilization 5. It added an extra layer of complexity with Faith. It also added the espionage system. There is some rebalancing to be noted as well. I'm not sure if I can actually go there. Yeah, with social policies, for instance, this collective rule where you got your free settler has been moved to the second tier, because that was basically a little bit OP. Your second policy, you could basically get a free settler, and your third one, you could get a free worker. So that switched around a little bit, so it's a little bit more of a commitment to get to that point. But other than that, it's mostly the same, just with the added, or I would say it does feel a bit more complete with the religious system to it. So yeah, there you go, guys. I'm not going to do a lot of turns here, but this guy can actually start to move as well towards converting the rest of these cities. I could, for instance, oh no, that's actually my worker here. But yeah, all it really takes is to get your profits next to an enemy city or another city. You press a button and it will convert a number of its residents to your religion. And then this actually gives you extra bonuses potentially as well. As you can see here, converted as well. And it's a very nice and interesting system where you have to decide, do I want to go for it, start my own religion, or do I wait for other people and go more on a military route and stuff like that? Pretty interesting stuff. So yeah, in my opinion, you know, the upgrade to the gold edition for Civilization 5 definitely worth it. I'm having a lot of fun playing these games. Really rediscovering Civilization 5, playing with some of the new civilization. It's been a lot of fun, and I thought I'd quickly share my opinions on that with you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.